So now we jump into part 2 of our Transformer Thursday, and now we're going to be covering Japanese Earthspark product. These come courtesy of Amazon Japan. Pre-orders has dropped, as well as brand new images. These were items that we initially got listings for their Western counterparts from JT Prime 17. So these aren't really surprises that these exist, but now we finally get to see what they look like. Keep in mind, these are the Japanese versions. They are going to have way more paint and look really good, where the Western counterparts, maybe not so much so. It's just something I want to kind of emphasize right now, where we're going to be mentioning it quite a few times and comparing as we go along here today. We got some new molds, we got some new retools, and it makes us question why we bought some of the Western versions of these products. But let's jump into it like we always do here on the Transformer Slag podcast and make sense of everything, compare, contrast, and educate. Let's do it. And the first one we're going to be covering is essentially what is considered Wave 7 of the Deluxes here in the West, but these are all going to be up for pre-order right now on the Japanese side of things. And we're going to start first with the Transformers Earthspark ESD-12 Deluxe Terran Jawbreaker. So this Jawbreaker is very much an improvement and upgrade from its Warrior class counterpart that we got late last year. And it looks really fantastic. I like how the colors really capture how the animation model looks. Again, my only fear is, as good as this looks here, how is his Western counterpart going to be? Because this is with all the premium paint and everything that we have with the Japanese version. So I'm looking at the sculpt right now and going, what are they going to pull back when they bring it over here? So that's one thing to just keep in mind. But I think he looks great. Does a fantastic job from the more, limited color palette and articulation that the Warrior class has. But it's to be expected. Different price points, different goals, and different markets. And, well, that's what we got. So looking really good. Looking really good. And, Takara has been knocking it out of the park with every price point with Earthspark. All figures are given more paint than their Western counterpart. Even a one-step Earthspark Skull Cruncher will get more love and detail than its American counterpart. So definitely looking forward to this one. Chances are probably going to have to buy the Japanese stuff to really have a proper figural representation. That's just food for thought, unfortunately. Next up, which is also going to be part of Wave 7 here in the West, but is currently up for pre-order right now for the Japanese version, we have, of course, Transformers Earthspark ESD-15 Deluxe Class Aftermath. So this is the new character that was teased in the trailer and everything, the badass tow truck. Looks like we're coming off of a lot of badass tow trucks with Rise of the Beast Battle Trap and Scrap Hook from Legacy Evolution, and now we got this great-looking figure here. I like the unique shape and style that is obviously birthed out of Earthspark's style in general, and I like how that when you have an original character, you could really see how you could be creative with what stuff that you could do here, and I just want to learn more about this character, and hopefully the Western version of it isn't reduced on the paint department, because this looks a lot how it looks like in the screen on the animation model through the trailer. So I like what we see. Looks really good. Comes with a tri-blaster. I dig it. I dig it. So this is going to be part of Wave 2. It's going to be Wave 7. Wave 7 Earthspark is going to be the Jawbreaker and Aftermath. Now we're going to be going into what is labeled as Wave 8 in the West, according to JT Prime 17. They might not even have the same figures that are used for this Wave 8 version. I'm going to assume that that's the case because of the listings, but we will see. And the first one we're going to be covering here, because these are both taking Warrior class figures and retooling them and calling them Deluxes in Japan. We got here the Transformers Earthspark ESD-13 Deluxe Class Terran hashtag. Now, this here, we talked about recently the Transformers Earthspark hashtag Combine and Ride gimmick figure. And that was a Warrior class. Simplified, simple paint, not much going to it. What this did is it tooled out the ugly combiner element of that Ride and Combine gimmick off of the roof of the vehicle. Includes 2 brand new guns that could be wielded by the figure. And in that Takara-Tomy fashion with Earthspark, gave it a super animation accurate, nice paint scheme and a lot more budget there. Obviously, they couldn't do the clear visor because no doubt there's no upper face or eye tooling under that visor. It's all one molded piece of plastic with paint. But it's worth the effort, and I dig what they did there. Again, this is based off of the Season 2 counterpart of Hashtag, which is more of a pickup truck, so that we saw briefly in the trailer. But I really like how much more this looks like what we've already seen in the trailer, and just the shade of purple that's used. So already, the Combine and Ride one is just starting to show up in stores, and the Japanese one is probably going to make a lot of the hardcore fans of Earthspark go, might want to get this one instead. So just keep that in mind. It looks really good, though. Is this going to be what our deluxe version will be here? Because there is a deluxe version listed for Wave 8. We don't know. Strong chance there's a possibility, but we will see. And the last one we're going to talk about today is Deluxe Class Elita-1, specifically Transformers Earthspark ESD-14 Deluxe Class Elita-1. This is an interesting one because it shows that Takara could take the early Earthspark products and really do something to them that really just makes them so much better than what they were before. We already saw what they did with the one-step Elita that they had last year. They took that one-step Elita, gave it a ton of paint, and just looked a million times better than its Western counterpart, to the point that I was like, man, I really hope that they do the same with the Warrior Class one. Well, not only did they take the Warrior Class and give it a ton of paint, but they retooled it and made it way better than what we got. So they retooled and molded out completely that weird gun gimmick that she had. She had a gun molded to her arm that couldn't be removed, and because it was molded in black plastic, it didn't look right. The coloring, it was all badly done. So they gutted that all out. They made brand new forearms for her and hands. Put that premium paint scheme all over it that makes it really animation accurate, and then gave her 2 brand new guns that could be dual wielded or mounted on the roof of the vehicle, and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing, as it should have been done from the get-go. It's fantastic, and it really tells us that, again, if you're a fan of Earthspark, you should be buying the Takara-Tomy versions of these characters. And really, every single time there's a Western release, you walk into your Walmart and you see your favorite character from the show, maybe just wait. Maybe just wait and hold out, because I feel like you're almost getting, I don't want to use the term bootleg, but it's like you're getting a bootleg version. It's crazy how little paint deco is on the Western ones compared to the American ones. And this is nuts, and it's sad because I'm excited looking at these Japanese ones, not even knowing what some of the Western ones are going to look like yet, and I get a feeling I'm going to be disappointed. So, like I said, if you're excited about Earthspark, maybe look into picking up the Japanese ones. You could buy them off of Amazon Japan. Amazon Japan does ship to America, so you just have to pretty much deal with shipping costs. Now, again, these are the Japanese releases, and they're scheduled for Japanese releases. We don't have any information about anything afterwards because these were scheduled a while back. That's like when we had the Prowl mentioned that was canceled. That was something that came way after these listings. So we don't know 100% what the story is with that and what items are planned afterwards or the future of Earthspark in Japan. But if you are a fan of Earthspark, get these items from the Japanese side of things. Also want to mention, JT Prime 17 said that there was another deluxe that was supposed to be part of Wave 8 that featured a Soundwave. Now, we don't know what that Soundwave is. Is it a straight-up repaint of the Cyberverse version, which I really hope that's not the case? Is it a brand new tooling and a brand new mold that matches how he looks in the show? That would be absolutely fantastic. We'll find out in the future, but again, Soundwave is scheduled, supposed to be part of Wave 8 with Hashtag, and Wave 7 was going to be the Jawbreaker and the Aftermath. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned on the podcast. We'll keep you posted on that. All these look great, but sadly I fear that these molds might be a whole different story when we see them here in the West, except the Elita. We already know what's going on with that one. And of course the Hashtag. Let me know what you think about all of these. Pretty cool stuff. Earthspark's a bit on rocky footing right now, so who knows what we'll see come next. But let's enjoy what we have and enjoy what we could get our hands on. And let me know what you think about all of this, and we'll talk again in the really near future. And once again, thank you for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast. And as always, thank you for listening.